So, which way do you think people listen better generally?
You mean like, do you think they're gonna listen better if you take their feelings into consideration?
Yeah. Or if you're just kind of blunt and say what you mean.
So wait, the question was, how are they gonna react in the best?
Which way do you think they'll listen better to you?
Oh, that they'll listen better to me? I think that if you take their feelings into consideration, because a lot of times people, I mean, I do this myself, you hear someone say something to you, and then you just come back with why that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And versus if you come at it at, like, more of an angle, like, oh, you know, like, I know that you do this, blah, 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 like, you kind of almost make up for the things that they're gonna say, and then you approach it, you know? And so I feel like they're able to not just all of a sudden, no, that's not true, you know?
Okay, cool. So, do you have problems decoding the implicit meanings behind explicit messages?
No. I read very much into, like, people's gestures and people's, like, movements and the tones that they say things, and so when they say they say something that they don't necessarily mean, or they're, like, a little bit sarcastic, I'm able to read that really well.
Okay, cool. So, name a couple qualities that you think make a leader effective.
I think someone who is, makes people feel heard. So somebody that you can walk up to and say, hey, I have a problem with this, or hey, this is the way I feel, and they will actually listen to you. I also think that somebody who can communicate to people effectively, so say you're speaking to a crowd and you can say something concise and you don't say it in 100 words, you say it in 5, you know? So I think that helps.
Okay.
As for listening, I guess. So
you said the first one was how they make people feel heard.
Yeah.
So listening, you would think, is the most important.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because them listening to you and you listening to them. So.
Okay, awesome. And finally, would you say you are a better talker or listener?
I probably am a better talker.
I would agree.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Savannah.
You're welcome.
Great.
Okay. How important do you think that listening is when it comes to success in a team?
I think it's pretty important because you want to be able to listen and take everyone's feelings and thoughts into consideration, so you want to make sure you're listening to what they have to say, and hopefully they're saying something, so you can listen.
Okay. And within your team, is there a strong sense of respect among members, and how is respect shown?
I think there is a lot of respect, especially right now with the new team. Sorry, say it. What was the second question?
How is respect shown?
Oh, I just think, like, respect is shown by them by just, like, looking, like, a lot of, like, the younger athletes, the newer athletes, like, just looking up to the older athletes and, like, trying to, like, almost imitate what they're doing and just get on their speed.
All right.
I just want to be like me.
Thank you. Do you think you perform better on your own or under the watch of a strict coach or team leader?
I think I definitely do better under the watch of a coach or even just around other teammates because it makes me want to work harder.
Is it like the pressure or the wanting to be better?
Just, yeah, wanting to be better and like having someone to push you is always good. It's hard to push yourself all the time.
Yeah. And what is the most stressful part about rowing to you?
Rowing? Just like the amount of time it takes to get better, because it's not like you can do one thing and all of a sudden everything's perfect. Like, you have to work time and time again, stroke after stroke, to get even just a little bit faster and a little bit better. So, just the time commitment.
Alright. And how important do you think that listening is when it comes to success in a team?
I'm sorry, I was distracted. Can you say that again? I'm really sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what this fool is doing over here.
How important do you think that... Yes.
Okay. Rate your listening on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being like super awesome, 1 being not so poppin'.
Like a 6.
Okay. When you're listening to a teammate, do you have to put yourself in a certain mindset to listen effectively? If so, explain.
Say again, sorry.
Alright,
Listening skills.
when you're listening to a teammate, do you need to put yourself in a certain mindset to be an effective listener, or can you always listen with the same
I
effectiveness?
think yeah, you should probably change, like, depending on what's going on. Like, if there's, like, a serious problem you're having with someone and they come up and talk to you, I think you should definitely listen. But if you're, like, just kind of talking in a group about whatever is going to happen this weekend, it's not, I guess, as important to listen.
What makes you feel like a teammate is listening to you?
That's hard because I know a lot of people, like, I don't like to make eye contact like I'm doing right now. But, like, I don't like to make eye contact when I listen to people, but I am still listening. So that's, I guess it's kind of hard. It depends on the person, but, like, usually just, like, making sure they're comprehending what you're saying and, like, kind of asking them questions almost.